Okay, here's the asynchronous assignment for November 10th. This is the Onshape drawing for this part that we talked about during class. So we are going to go through step by step how to build this part. And if you are already sure that you know how to build this part, that's great. You don't have to watch this video. But for those of you who may be a little bit unsure, I'm going to go through step by step. Everybody's asynchronous assignment is to have this part drawn in Onshape and to share with me. So I'm going to go through it step by step, and I'm going to start by opening up Onshape and drawing. Let's see, where shall we start? We'll draw this first part down here at the bottom. That is from here to here is a ½ inch, from here to here is 1.5 inches, so that's 1 inch up, and the total length is 3 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and start by drawing that part there. So let me get a new Onshape drawing here. Create a new Onshape drawing. I'm going to call it 11-10 synchronous stump. Okay. Click OK. And I'm going to start that drawing by starting a sketch. On the front plane, I'm going to sketch a rectangle. I'm going to start it down at the origin. Click the button, move up, and I'm going to make it 3 inches by 1 inch, 3 inches, enter, by 1 inch tall. And that was that first section. Click the check mark to stop that, and now I have that sketch. And then I'm going to go back to my presentation here to make sure I understand how deep that should be. So the distance back is 1 inch back. So it's 1 inch, looks like it's a square on this front part here, so that's 1 inch back. So I'm going to extrude that by 1 inch. So I'm going to go back here to my sketch, click the extrude button, and extrude that by 1 inch. There we go. Now I've got that little square. That's the first part of my drawing. Now let's go up back to the sketch and so what we need to add this little top part here. It's 1.5 inches over and ½ inch tall. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to use an additive process. If you wanted to use a subtractive process, you could have built the whole thing and then subtracted that piece out. It really doesn't make any difference however you decide you want to do it. So I'm going to do a new sketch right here. And I'm going to make a rectangle at this corner, at that corner. Something didn't work out. And try it again. So I'll do a sketch on the top section here, rectangle from this corner to this corner, and that should be 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's that sketch. I'll go back to the diagram here, and I see that part should be a ½ inch tall. So go right back here. So that's okay. Extrude that a ½ inch tall, 0.5 is a ½ inch, and there we go. So now I've got most of that block built. I'll go back to my diagram here, and I'll see that there's a hole all the way through the center of it. It looks like it's centered here. Let me just double check. So that's a ½ inch over for the circle, a ½ inch up for the circle, and the diameter of that circle is 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and build that hole right through the center. And I can look up here on the front view or the top view, and I see that that hole goes all the way through that block. So that's 3 inches long. So let me go back up to my Onshape. And I'm going to start a new sketch. I'm going to start it here on the front. And I'm going to move my diagram around so that I can see the front view, or sorry, the right side view right there. So I'm going to draw a circle. Right here, I'm just going to draw it wherever I want, and I'm going to say its diameter is 0.25 inches because that's what my drawing said it should be. Now, obviously, that's not centered. Right? That's pretty clearly not centered, so I need to constrain it using the dimensioning tool. I'm going to click right here, the dimensioning tool. So between the center of my circle and this outside, that's going to be 0.5. And from the center of my circle to the bottom is also going to be 0.5. Now it's centered. It's centered this way, it's centered that way because this whole distance here is an inch. Click that. Now if I want to check that, I can click my measurement tool down here and click this, and I can see that that's 1 inch. And click this to see that that's 1 inch. I can click this diameter to see that that's 0.25 inches. Right? I can click from the center there to see that that's 0.5 inches. A lot of things I can do with my dimensioning tool here. Get rid of that. Get off. I don't need any of that. Okay, so let's go back to my sketch here. That's sketch number 3. Click sketch 3, and I'm going to extrude that right here all the way through. I'm going to say remove 3 inches of material all the way through there. Click that so that it's done. Switch back to my trimetric view here. Something happened. What happened with my extrude? Select face, sketch region to extrude. Okay, let me just, not sure what happened there. What I'm going to do is just delete it. It happens. I still have my sketch there, just the extrude didn't work out. I must have clicked something wrong. It's fine. I'm going to click, zoom in a little bit, click extrude again. I'm going to extrude that face, but I'm going to remove it 3 inches. Boom. So now there's a hole that goes all the way through that shape, 3 inches, and I can rotate the shape around. I can see that that hole comes out the back. And so now I have the shape that is in the asynchronous assignment. This is your asynchronous assignment. There it is. There's the title. And of course, then you would share it. Put in my email address here, ruben.stempel@k12.dc.gov, and share that with me. And click the share button there, and that will share it with me, and I'll be able to see your asynchronous work for today. And that's it. Good luck.